Hello everyone, and welcome to Kyzer the Voices. I'm Kyzer Acheron, the host with the voices, and welcome to one of my favorite games of all time, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game. I'm sorry, I am not going to hold anything back here. I freaking love this game. Okay, long story short with me and Scott Pilgrim, we have a history. I first discovered the books when Borders was still around way back when. And I fell in love with them. The stories, the characters, the art style, it was all fantastic. And because the movie was coming out, I jumped on that train right quick. And on the day the movie came out, the final book, Scott Pilgrim's Finest Hour, number 6, came out as well. So I got that, I bought the soundtrack, I watched the movie, I absolutely fell in love with it, I got it on DVD, I got this game, I 100%ed it, and then it disappeared. It disappeared for God knows how long. When the Ubisoft event happened, I lost my mind seeing that they were bringing it back for the 10-year anniversary. I got on that quick. I have a limited run edition of the game coming soon, which I will unbox for this channel because I freaking love this game. But why do I love it so much? Simply put, I love Scott Pilgrim. It is one of my favorite intellectual properties, one of my favorite stories, movies, games, you name it. I freaking love this series. So yeah, I wanted to do a small Let's Play of this game because it resonates with me on a very personal level. And to get the, quote, accurate ending, I'm going to do a Ramona playthrough. And yes, as you can see, I have pretty much gone through the game with at least the main 4 characters. I have not done Knives and Wallace yet, but I did unlock Scott because, yes! I like this game, okay? I like this game! So yeah, I'm going to be doing this on either Rough and Tough or Supreme... You know what? Let's do Rough and Tough. I don't want to go too crazy. But I'll be doing a Ramona playthrough because, well, technically this game, you know, the main ending... You'll see. But I'm also going to do this skin, because to me, it looks like a movie-accurate skin. So yeah, as you can see, the map is already cleared. We'll get into that, you know, later. But let's start off simple. Level 1, which is... Snowy Toronto. Don't be late for the big show. So yeah, this is essentially a brawler. In every sense of the word, it is a brawler. And I forgot how low my health was with Ramona when I played this last. Not gonna lie, I did play this a lot before starting this. So I've definitely got a few lives lost and, you know, a few things here and there. But yeah. Anyways, essentially, you just gotta go from left to right, beat whatever enemy comes your way. It's as simple as it gets. But it's in that simplicity that I find joy, because sometimes it feels just cathartic to just whack someone and just see that kapow come up as you kick their butts. And of course, since it's a video game, they turn into coins. So yeah, I'm also going to try to point out like movie references as well as game references. Like I'm going to try to do like some small things to kind of point out all the little Easter eggs and references to the movie or to the games, you know, or the comics, because to me, this game feels like sort of a hodgepodge of all 3. Like it's a mix of the game, the movie, and the comic, because it's got a little bit of everything in there. And I'll explain why we can get there. Also, my first reference is this. The hit combo meter. Now, this was in the comics and in the movie, but essentially, you're going to get up to 65 on one person, which is reference to the 64 hit combo, which in the book is actually Scott's highest combo count. Meanwhile, in the movie, it's just a fun little thing that Scott does to Matthew Patel in the air, which, honest to God, that freaking move was amazing to witness. So yeah. I'm sorry, I'm going to be nerding out a lot with this series, you know, I'm just going to be going kind of ham. So yeah, we now enter the snowy sort of playground area, which in the movie is where Scott and Ramona went on their first date, is this sort of like snowy area. In the deleted scene specifically, they did spend a lot of time on the swing before, you know, she did like this massive moon jump off and then landed before the whole, you know, I think there's a thingy in the snow scene. I am really geeking out a lot, I'm noticing. Okay, so let's actually focus on the game. So most of the mooks you'll be fighting are just kind of like common people, essentially. And when they die, they do turn into coins. Depending on the size and the color is what determines their value. And I'll explain more when more coins drop, which will be about right now. So as you can see, there's 3 large blue coins and 2 small ones. The small ones are like 10 cents, and those blue ones are 25. So basically, it is working on a sort of, you know, decimal-based monetary system, because it's actual money in this case. It's not like golden coins or stuff like that, you know. So it's trying to be true to life, but mixing in all these wild elements as well. And yes, unfortunately, you do have to fight the dogs. But these doggos were raised by bad people. They're bad doggos. They're not good doggos, unfortunately. All dogs are good boys, but when they try to hurt you, they're bad boys. Sorry to say. So yeah. But no, basic controls, of course, jump, punch, and, you know, heavy punch, and stuff like that. You know, it's as basic as it gets, but you can mix and match certain moves, which is why you level up in this game as well. And eventually you get some super powered moves, like in Ramona's case, the flip kick and this sort of heavy push. Oh, there's a star on that door. Well, let's just go in. To a rainbow. Welcome, dear friends, to the subspace. Yeah, this was big in the comics and in the movies. Hell, in the comics, it's much more existential. No, hey, get back here! I want the piggy banks! Because they have money. Lots of it, too. Like, if you're going back to grind for money to get certain upgrades, which there are upgrades in this game, you can definitely go to the subspace worlds to kind of grind on these piggies, because they drop a lot of cash. So yeah, let's just go through here. And the cool thing about these, they're actually shortcuts. Much like in the movies and in the game. They are actual shortcuts. So you can go back and fight the areas that you didn't fight before, if you so please. Which will give you more opportunities to get more cash. So yeah, definitely worth your salt to go back, especially early on. But be careful. Early on you will be underpowered. The only reason I'm breezing through this is because I'm level 16 and yeah, it becomes a bit of a cakewalk at that point. Honestly, I might bump the difficulty up to Supreme Master because Rough and Tough is kinda easy when you're fully powered up. I think Supreme Master will give me more of a challenge. So yeah, basically just clear your way through this and then just keep on going. So yeah, I'm gonna be gushing a lot with this particular Let's Play series because I freaking adore it. And I don't know, I guess I do have a bit of a bias towards this game because it was a heavy part of my teen years. You know, like, this book and this series just clicked with me. So I'm gonna have a biased opinion. There's no way around it. You know, I will look at it objectively at some point, but like, I don't know. Just being able to enjoy this is fun. And yeah, there are stores. This is a video store that unfortunately we can't readily access yet because, Scott, how did you manage to get $504.25 in late fees? Seriously. Also, for those eagle-eyed viewers out there, if you look at the one shelf with the pink, that kind of looks like Kirby, don't you think? So yeah, let's keep going. So yeah, no, there are plenty of stores that you can access, like, in certain levels that will give you health items, upgrade items, and stuff like that. Some of them even mix, and some you can actually get to go, like this latte. Now, this latte will give you XP, guts points, experience, and defense. So yeah, and they also do heal, so make sure to get your healing on. In this case, 40 points, 20 guts points, and some XP. Again, early on, these items will definitely be helpful, but these are not the items you should be hunting for. And definitely not the items you should be grinding for. In my opinion, the best way to get powered up quick and easy, with just a tad of grinding. Because, yeah, you will have to grind to power up for later levels, because this game will not pull punches later on. Like, you can handle this stuff fairly easy, in my opinion, but later on, not so much. Now, shops that I would recommend going to, Shockwaves and Flatiron's books. Why? Because these give you upgrade points, rather than just straight up health points. Now, at first, you will be underpowered. These fights will not be as easy as I'm making them out to be. But as you gain more experience, you will get, I'll show you, strength, defense, weapon, and speed points. These will be definitely important to your progression in the game. My biggest thing, make sure to get at least 50 of each point to make some of the other levels a lot easier. Because trust me, if you are underpowered, you will get a game over, especially later on. But still, for this level in particular though, I'd recommend Flatirons and Shockwaves, because Shockwaves is a music store. And the references continue, like the Clash at Demon Head, which is the band in the movie, as well as it being an NES title. Pretty good. Smashing Turnips is a nod and wink to the band Smashing Pumpkins, which, fun fact, is the SP that you see on Scott Pilgrim's shirts, because that is a reference to it. Crash and the Boys, obviously, is the band that is the band in the comics and the movie that Sex Bob-omb goes against. And in the comic, Crash and the Boys is actually even more epic. Like, oh my god. Oh, right. This is something I want to make sure you guys see. This particular door. Because this is one of the secret shops. And of course it's run by freaking Wallace, of all people. But you're going to love this shop, because it has the best items. The 3 that you should focus getting your money for is the Bionic Arm, because it gives you 50 strength. Never-Ending Fantasy, which gives you 30 defense and weapon points. And Speed of the Porcupine, which gives you 50 speed. Now, the Bionic Arm is actually reference to something we'll see in level 3. Well, Evil X3, but we'll get to that later. Never-Ending Fantasy is, of course, a reference to Final Fantasy, and Speed of the Porcupine, well, if you don't catch this reference, you're too slow! So yeah. So what we're going to be picking up here is some Ambrosia. Now, what does this do? Well, just watch the health meter. Uh-huh. That just happened. That's the stats you get from it. So if you're jonesing for a level up, if you've got 59.95, definitely go for the Ambrosia. So yeah. We're doing pretty good for ourselves, I think. Let's keep moving. And since I've got the latte, I've technically got a little health left, so I'm not too concerned. I am definitely going to bump this up to Supreme after, though. This is way too easy. Well, then again, I'm at max, so what did I expect? Probably should have reset the game, so that way it's, like, normal. But I don't want to constantly get game overs and make, like, a million episodes. I want to show you what's good about this game, you know? The fun of it all, you know? It can be frustrating with the grinding, you know? But at the same time, I don't know. It just feels like any other game where you'd have to grind, you know? Grinding just is a part of games. You know, it's not a ridiculous grind like in some RPGs, but it's not an easy grind either. You just gotta know how much money enemies drop, what levels are good for those drops, and you should be able to get through it no problem. Now, this snowy area is in the comics and in the movies. The movies, not as much. Like, in the movie, it's just a quick scene. In the comic, these sort of doorways are much more prevalent. And in the game, well, each of these is very different. You know, but then again, the subspace highways are wild in the books. I'm not going to spoil how they are, because I highly recommend you check out the books for yourselves, because they are magnificent. But yeah, no, the subspace thing, way crazier in the books. Like, without a doubt. And in all honesty, if I could say one thing about the Scott Pilgrim series, I genuinely think that this is a series that deserves a series. Like a live action or an animated. I personally think the Scott Pilgrim series deserves it. Because the movie did the books justice, but they definitely couldn't explore a lot more of the existential themes that they could, in the book. They had to trim down a few things. I personally think if given the right team, and you get Edgar Wright involved, you could have an amazing series. Also, yeah, Crash and the Boys in both the game and the book kill the audience with their last song, because it's the last song you'll hear ever. And in the deleted scenes of the movie, they did have that planned, but they didn't die. And there's our first Evil Ex, Matthew Patel, her first Evil Ex-boyfriend. Now, I do love that with the music here done by Anamanaguchi, by the way, get this soundtrack, it's awesome. They do keep the Bollywood theming of, Matthew's character, I love they managed to hit those Bollywood notes. Now, in the comic, his fight is pretty simple. The story for him is the same all throughout, so no major changes were made here. He still has his fireballs, his fire abilities, and all that stuff. Though, I personally like the black jacket on him here more than the white jacket he had in the movie. Like, that's just a personal preference because it makes him look more menacing. Meanwhile, in the movie, the white just kind of contrasts on him. Though, I will give Satya a lot of credit. He rocked Matthew Patel. And even in the live read they did later on, he still brought it. He's awesome. But no, this fight is fairly simple. Just dodge his fire-based attacks, get rid of the demon hipster chicks. In this particular case, when they start throwing fireballs like this, take care of them first before you fight Maddie. Otherwise, you are gonna be in for a world of hurt. Also, if you look at the balcony, you can see Wallace taking Stacy's boyfriend, which happens in both the comic and the movie. Though in the movie, I find it humorous that they just went all hog on it. But speaking of Wallace, in the movie and in the book, the dude's a pimp, but he is such a classy freaking pimp in the books, I swear. Anyways, rambling aside, let's kick this guy's butt already. Yeah, sure, whatever. Goodbye. I do love in the book and in the game, he explodes like this. Meanwhile, he just gets punched in the movie. So yeah, that's the first Evil Ex taken care of. Let me get a little celebratory screen there. Can I also say I love the sprite animation for, like, characters that are important to the story? Like, if they're not important, they have, like, 2 frames of animation. But if they're part of the story, they have multiple frames. I kind of like that detailing, It's nice. It's cool. Also that, and it helps you keep track of who was in the book and who wasn't. At the end of each stage, you'll get these adorable little pixel art screens with a little jingle here and there. I do love like, Kim and freaking Steven are just, like, done. They're just done with their nonsense. I think we have enough time for one more level, I think. So we're going to go to Casa Loma's film set, which is a giant castle in the book and in the movie. Though, honest to God, I feel like the game and the movie actually did Lucas Lee more justice. The movie, I think, is the best interpretation of the second Evil Ex. But I'll get to that in a minute. As you can see, this is going to be a film set, so paparazzi are going to be involved, and they can stun you, so avoid their camera flashes. Alright, and if you want to get some food, just go into the chip wagon. So yeah, also take notice of the Gideon logo right here. That'll be important later. So yeah, I'm going to take this with me, I'm going to beat some people with it. So yeah, hey. Oh, another thing I love about this particular level is the movie sets. Because of this dude. This director just comes into play, and it's like you're actually being recorded. It's small details like that that make me chuckle. Also, these dinosaurs and these aliens. Look at them, admire them, appreciate the adorable because, oh my god, they're cute. Like, seriously, they're freaking cute. But I also love the small detail that they are actually just people in suits. Like, specifically with the dino. Like, watch this. Please do it. It's a dude in a suit, and yet he's still breathing fireballs. That's adorable detail that I can appreciate, man. I love dumb stuff like that. I also love that then the green screen guys just come out of a green screen and just gotta bap, bap, and bap them. They do nothing. They just flail. And then the director just comes in like angry as all heck. He's had a rough day. Like, I'm going back to my trailer. I need a rest after this nonsense. It's little details like that is why I fell in love with this game. So yeah, as I said before, I feel like this is the best interpretation of Lucas Lee because he's the most involved. In the movie, he's involved for like a shooting scene. He's got his stunt doubles, you know, and then that awesome fight, and then he grinds off of the thing, and then pow! But in the comics, it's more like he's kind of having a nice sit-down talk with Scott, which honestly does make him more relatable. But I feel like here, he's much more fun of an antagonist, because he uses the movie sets that he is known for as a method of attacking you. That is good character design done right, in my opinion. Like, I feel like that's a great way to handle this. And yeah, you do have to take keys and use them to open these gates. Cute little detail is that you have to actually throw them. In a way, it reminds me of Little Nightmares, how you have to carry the key to the door and then open it that way, which thank God in the sequel they actually managed to, you know, fix that, because that was kind of annoying, but still! Focusing on Scott. Now, none of these movie sets appeared in the movie or the game. So these are, like, movie or the books. I'm sorry, I'm, like, gushing too hard on this, but I can't help it. This game is special to me. Been doing a lot of games that are really special to me lately, I've noticed. I don't know, just I want to have some fun with the games I play. Not everything has to be like a big thing. Sometimes a game can just be played for funsies, you know? And that's what this is to me. I'm just playing it for fun. Also, yeah, this chest has $2 coins. Get this money. And then break the statue quick, because if not, well, I'll just wait and show you. Yeah, that's coming. The door's already open, so whoop, bye. So yeah, but no, I just wanted to play this game because I love it. It's fun, and I just it warms my soul to finally be able to play this again. Because like when it was taken off of the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Store, it was a sad day, man. Because it's a finely crafted game. You know, it's not perfect by any means, but good lord, is it fun. And for brawler games specifically, it stands out. You know, nowadays we've got a lot of really good games like Streets of Rage 4, River City Girls. You know, we've got fighting games like this in spades. But honestly, Scott Pilgrim just stands out for its visual style, for its kinetic energy, its sound design, all of it. Not to mention, when you really think about it, it's a movie tie-in game that is phenomenal. Like, this game is a tie-in to a movie, and yet it's so good. How do you do that? Most movie tie-in games suck. Also, this is a nice nod and wink to Street Fighter 2, where you'd have to break the car in a certain amount of time. In this case, if you don't, it's gonna blow up. So, yeah, break it quick. Really quick. Run out of time here. Okay, good. So, yeah. The car will explode if you don't take care of it in time. Basically, any of those time things will explode if you don't take care of it in time. Now, I'm about to make Lucas Lee regret the day he messed with Ramona Flowers. And there's Wallace and young Neil. And yeah, the fact he's sitting down there, that's kind of how he is in the books. Just kind of chill. Alright. And in this case, I'm not even going to let him do any of his attacks. Okay, I'll let him attack. I'll let him do his thing. Because he does have some interesting attacks when you get to them. If you'd actually get there. Yo, dude, pull out your skate. I think I sneezed on him too hard or something. So yeah, I do like that he does this. He still dies by the grind. That's a nice touch. Now, this item get box was in the comic, but Scott didn't have the skill set for it, so unfortunately it disappeared. I would have been pissed if that killed me, because I know I'm low on health. That would have made me angry. So yeah, this level's a little easier because it's shorter, but I like the variety it has. And then get all your tallies, and off we go. Oh yeah, and the exiting level animations are different for each character. A pile of paparazzi and Z-grade actors leads to adorableness. I do love Steven's much happier in this one. Meanwhile, Kim just continues to have resting bitch face. It's the small details, folks. I'm a sucker for this sort of thing. Alright. I think we're going to call it here, because I have gushed more than enough for one episode, but Next time, we'll definitely bump up the difficulty, so that way it's at least a little challenging, because I honestly feel like I'm breezing through this. So tune in next time as we head for our third Evil X, and oh, the references there will be. But until then, thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and a comment in the boxes below, letting me know your favorite moments from this episode. Also, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure all notifications are turned on. So that way you know when the third Evil X is about to play his last concert. Also, share this video around. Your continued viewership and support is greatly appreciated. And of course, a very special thanks to the Tier 2 and Tier 3 Patreon supporters, those being Sebastian Canino, Aaron Lena, iShipIt88, Jesse Barbo 6, Panda475, Nuggy Oki, Silver Fox MC, DWolf1414, Senboy, Angelique De La Rouge, Mighty Chlorified, Honor Higgins, Jesse Alvarez, Horizon Dreamer, Happy Hans 999, Ruby Leon, Zodiac Demirs, Ruby the Wolf, Harley Wolf, and Katie Honey Jade. If you'd like to support the Patreon family, as well as get videos 24 hours in advance, along with exclusive Let's Plays, check the link in the description below to our Patreon. And with that said, this is Kyzer, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!